Those who travel along the road that is the Ithacan travel on the pathway to success.
The cars are moving like a half a mile an hour, and I started staring at the passengers and waving goodbye. Can you tell me what was ever really special about me all this time?
My first experience with the Ithacan was, let's see, well, I had gone to Rush Night, and I saw the posters on campus and stuff, and so I went to the Rush Night, and I was sitting toward the back of the room, and all the editors came out. They were all dressed really fancy and stuff, and I was kind of intimidated by them because they looked really serious. And I remember Aaron Geismar came up and did a little spiel about the Ithacan, and Michael said his thing about you being bigger than something than you, and it seemed like a place I wanted to work.
I was really nervous to work for the Ithacan because we're a very professional organization, but just looking at me, I'm not really a professionally looking kid. So I was concerned about, oh my God, I got this long hair. What are they gonna think? And then I saw Michael, and I kind of realized everything was gonna be all right.
Cute. My first story was about a Christmas tree farm, and I was so excited to get it. And then I remember at the end of the semester they gave out little awards on like paper plates, and I got like the award for the quirkiest story because I was so excited as a little freshman to like drive down to this Christmas tree farm in the middle of nowhere and like talk to this cool guy who like, my first interview ever was just wandering through a field of Christmas trees, and it was like right before Christmas, it was snowing. I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. I'm writing for the rest of my life.
I went to recruitment night my freshman year and was really intimidated by everybody up at the front. I just like saw all the people that were like the editors and stuff and just was like, whoa, like they look really intense and professional. So that was kind of my first experience, but I knew I wanted to like be one of them one day. So
it was when I got editor-in-chief was probably the most definitive moment for me because it was sort of a culmination of the work that I've been doing at the college and outside of the college for years.
I'm not the designated Planned Parenthood coverer. I've done the Planned Parenthood beat, so I was writing about birth control. Was been a very interesting experience for me. And one time, my article, I found out through Michael Serino because he sent out an email to everybody. It was syndicated nationally. Well, not really. They sent around my article via email around Planned Parenthoods all over the country. And so I felt really, really, really important because I was finally, the importance of the work I do is finally recognized on a national level.
My first experience making Deadline as managing editor was a really big deal for me because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do it, and learning the job the first week was, it was a lot to take on, especially coming back from being abroad, but everyone made it super helpful, just learning everything, so that was a big moment.
The best part is having somewhere to leave your stuff. I'm constantly putting my backpack down or jacket or whatever. I leave stuff in there overnight occasionally just because I'm there so often. So definitely that's a plus. Seeing the same group of people every day and just really working together to always get something together done, on Wednesday night, and seeing the product every Thursday morning.
The people, definitely. I'm usually kind of surrounded by the IMC salesy kind of movers and shakers, in my classes, but being surrounded by smart, intelligent, and like hard-working journalism majors was, honest to God, my favorite part of working at the Ithacan.
Coming into school, I had never done any kind of journalism really before, so I just kind of like dove in, and like you learn the basics in your classes and stuff, but the hands-on experience you get at the Ithacan is just so good, and like sitting down with the editors for my first story and like not feeling like I was a horrible writer just because I didn't know what an inverted pyramid was or how to properly quote sources and stuff, and they just sat down with me and taught me everything I needed to know, and I learned so much. I think I learned more in that first semester to the Ithacan than I did in any other class.
So I was in my class with Todd Shack, and I was sitting in the middle, one of the middle rows, and I saw that it got posted to Facebook that we won Best Non-Daily Newspaper, and I kind of like made a slight shriek sound, and my roommate TJ was sitting next to me, and he was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "We just got named Best Non-Daily News in the country," and it was just such an amazing moment because, I don't know, I think this was going through my head was that, A, we really should celebrate intensely.
That's a good job for all of us because we work really hard, and it's always nice to get that recognition at the end of the day, to know that we're like what we do is actually being recognized for as good work.
Whenever anyone says that and they congratulate me, I automatically am like, oh, don't congratulate me, you need to congratulate all the wonderful editors in the office. And I think it's just a huge group effort, really, and I'm really proud of everybody that I've been able to work with. So.
Being the best in the country, that sounds really good when you tell people that. So I was mostly thinking about whenever people just go, why do you put in all this work for the Ithacan? No one reads it anyway. I was like, well, we're named the best paper in the entire country, so you can't say anything.
I look back on my education here and I realize, coupled with the Ithacan, I had a really fantastic journalism education. And the things that I learned here were things that you can't learn in a classroom, obviously, because you have to apply what you learn here at the Ithacan and actually go out and do it. And there's so much more repercussions that come for doing it incorrectly than you have in a class.
Like, I used to be a very shy person around other people, not around my friends. Around other people, I was really shy and kind of like, I don't really want to, whatever, talk to you, but I don't know, they like forced me to have to go out and like learn how to be loud and get what I want, and now I'm just loud all the time.
The way more kind of like sentence structure and diction and writing good headlines and also kind of writing good teasers and knowing how to promote your work, you know, in the paper.
What is the worst part of working at the Ithacan? Worst part of working at the Ithacan? I don't know. Probably Alex Evans' food concoctions.
Nice whole wheat potato pasta, and we have butternut squash sauce on it, and I also put in some Tabasco sauce.
And Alex Evans is always cooking some un-American foods.
Patrick always disses me for this and is always like, that's not American.
What's your response to that?
That's for you, Patrick.
I'm not gonna miss every week when I didn't hit budget, Michael coming in, looking at the piece of paper that says how much money we made that week, and just staring me in the face and going, "You're fired." I'm not gonna, I don't like that.
Probably, especially soccer since it was in the fall, going to the games and have to watch the games when it was snowing and cold and raining. I mean, those games, I mean, it was tough. I actually didn't expect the women's soccer team to be playing in that kind of weather. I really thought that, oh, it's raining out, I don't have to go or anything. They played through everything, and I had to go regardless. So that was the one thing I guess I could go with that is you know, watching a soccer game in the snow or in the rain.
There were times when I didn't sleep.
Yeah.
I'd say there were times, you know, that Wednesday night when there was one thing wrong with my story and I'd be like getting ready to get into bed and then I'd get a call, "Hey, can you come down to the Ithacan office?" And you'd be like, "Yes, I will be there in a minute."
Yes, I will.
Lack of life that you have. You just like live in that office and never leave ever.
I'm not going to miss getting 4 hours of sleep every night, having to stay in the office until after midnight because people don't make their deadline.
I'm gonna miss. I don't know, I guess just being part of that community, just be able to say like, well, whenever I live past the park school, so I always walk through here on my way home through the park school. And so I always just drop into the Ithacan office, and sometimes they kick me out and sometimes I will stay in there. And just be able to go in there and talk to people and talk to people who share your interests.
How much control we have over the stuff that we can do. Like, I mean, Year in Review is a perfect example. Every page of that is like me.
We'll really miss the Ithacan, and more so for the people the relationships I've sort of formed with the Ithacan.
I'm gonna miss the people the most, I
Yeah,
think.
because you can just like walk into the office and just be like, oh, hey, like, how's it going? Like, I can sit here and I don't feel overwhelmed, but our first newsroom, it's gonna be scary.
Yeah.
It's going to be really sad, I think, to say goodbye to everyone who I saw come into their positions for the first time and saw what they did with it, and how they ran with it. And I think that's what I'm going to miss the most is the board, because they are my family and they're people who I love. So.